Hole number 1 is a par 5, 556 yards from the blue tees. It's a blind tee shot, so I'm going to use a target off in the distance. My target for my tee shot is going to be the right-hand bunker. There is a bunker on the left, about 230 yards out, so I want to make sure we play it a little bit to the right of that. We've got a westerly wind here, which is going to carry the ball to the right, so I'm going to take it down the left-hand side towards this bunker here, let it move back into the center of the fairway.
Hi, here we are again. I'm going to play off the whites here. Off the whites is 525. Okay. The hole is a little more open on the right-hand side, so I'm going to favor the right-hand side to see how that strategy works out. That one's going to work out fine, exactly as predicted. And that one hit the fairway.
Paul's using a 4-iron here. Started down the right side, it's moving in a little bit. Good position. Nice shot, Paul. Okay, again, Paul's got a 4-iron here. What he's going to try and do, he's going to play it down the left side. The wind's blowing from left to right, and the fairway slopes a little bit left to right, so that's where he wants to play it. Keep it up the left side. Perfect. Up the left side, moving in towards the center, right in the middle. Good shot.
Okay, here's Jeff on the fairway. He has about 300 yards left to the green. It's a downhill lie, which is one of the things you're going to find very often when you play Pippi Park. Okay, similar shot to what I just had. The wind's from the left, the slope is to the right, so you aim about 40 to 50 yards left of the hole. That's a nice shot. Started left, drifting towards that line of the hole. Going to come up just in front of the green.
Paul's got a shot of about 155 yards. Wind's blowing from the left to right. That green hole's pretty good. It's all carry. It's uphill, so the shot's playing a little bit longer than 155. You've got to keep it to the left side of the green. It's good. It started a little bit more right than he'd like. But he's on the dance floor. Should be okay.
Okay, here's Jeff's approach to the first green. Okay, it's only about 45 yards, but it's quite a difficult little shot because he's well below the level of the green. He's going to take a pretty lofty club and hit it as high as he can. It's pretty good. Just going to be a little bit past the hole. Nice shot.
Paul's got about a 35-foot downhill putt, breaking right to left. They're looking here to leave it 2 or 3 feet from the pin. It'd be a good putt. Starting it out right, coming back in. Nice putt.
Here's Jeff's birdie putt. 10 feet, pretty straight, a little bit downhill. And it goes in the hole.
Nice par. Hole number 2 is a par 4, fairly straightforward. Playing 436 yards from the blue tees. The best approach to the green is from the left side of the fairway, so you just want to keep it straight down the left side. Not a whole lot of trouble here.
Okay, again, off the whites is 408. Okay, there's a big mound right here in the middle of the fairway, so we're going to try and get a little bit past that on this shot. There's out of bounds left, and there's a lateral hazard on the right. So laterals are better than out of bounds, so we're going to favor the right-hand side of the fairway. Nice shot. Starting a little left. Now the wind's a little bit from the right today, so that's going to be in the left-hand rough. Still a good angle, though.
Now the shot here, you want to get it over that mound that you see there. Give yourself a good view of the green. And probably favor the right-hand side of the fairway. Going down the right side, hooked it a little bit. It's in good shape in the fairway on the left side. Here now it's 165 yards measured out, downhill, downwind. So you really want to only hit this shot about 130 yards. Pins at the front, land it short and let it roll on up. It's on line. That's a good looking shot.
Here's Jeff, similar shot to what I just had. Measures about 155, but the shot's really only going to play about 130 yards. The ball's sitting in the rough, but it's sitting pretty good. We'll see what happens. It's a nice shot. Lands just short. Kicks on the front of the green, pin high.
Far as the head on the first hole, about 30 feet, right to left break. Downhill. Starts it out to the right, it's moving in. Good looking putt. Good effort.
I'll tap it in, Jerry. Okay, here's Jeff now, 25 feet. A little bit downhill. It's going to move a little bit to the left at the end. The greens are fairly slow today. Nice putt. Just below the hole. Straightforward 2-putt.
On hole number 3, it's a par 3. From the blues, it's 169. This hole can play anywhere from about a 3/4 wedge to a 7-iron some days. Today, the pin is up at the front, so if you're going to miss, you want to miss a little short if anything. It's guarded up by bunkers on the left and right. Paul, how's it looking from the white tees?
Off the whites today, it's 148. It's pretty well straight downwind again. Okay, and it's going to play shorter than that because the pin is less than that. If you look at the stroke index, we see it's number 17, so this makes it one of the easier holes you're going to play today. So it's a good chance to make a birdie. Okay, here's Jeff teeing off the 3rd hole. Like I said earlier, it's one of the more straightforward holes on the golf course. Okay. The course is very well laid out because the prevailing wind plays in your back early on, so it's a good chance to get off to a good start. That was just an easy wedge. The line looks good. See how the distance is. Right next to the hole. Great shot.
Yeah, Paul's got 148 here from the whites, but playing downwind and the pin being short, he's only going to want to hit it about 130. Again, if you're going to miss here, you want to miss it short. It's looking good. It's on line. Get up there. Not a bad shot. Might even be inside of mine. Paul's got a birdie putt about 20 feet. A little bit uphill. Wind is fairly strong, so it's going to help a little bit. It should move a little bit to his right. Get up there. Hold your line. Nice putt. Good birdie.
Here's Jeff trying to make a birdie now. It's 12 feet, slightly downhill. Okay. Straightforward putt. It's a good roll, just left. Good try, Jeff. Maybe you'll make it next time.
Here we are on hole number 4. It's a par 4. Plays 344 yards from the blues. It doesn't really show it on the diagram here, but the hole does move to the left. The green's kind of tucked in almost around those trees that are up on the left side. I'm going to be fairly aggressive with this tee shot and try to hit it, start it off a little to the right of center and try to hit a draw to bring it in down towards the front of the green. Paul, how are you going to play this one?
Okay. Again, number 4, 326 off the whites. Okay. So we're going to try and hit a golf ball probably about 190 yards. There's a big mound here that we're going to have to deal with here in the middle of the fairway, so we might get stuck in a downhill lie. But that's one of the challenges of Pippi Park. Okay, the right side is the place to miss a little bit off the fairway because the trees left is only a bunker or two over here on the right-hand side. Okay, and the hitting to the right on the tee shot opens up the green, so it's the better strategy.
Let's do it.
Okay, here's Jeff is driving the 4th hole. If you go to the south side hills, there's a little dip in the hill. That's probably the ideal trajectory to start the golf ball on. It's going to drift left after that. Nice shot. Started right at it. He's going to like where that one ends up.
Yeah, that little crest in the south side hills that Paul was talking about. He wants to go a little bit right of that, and we don't want to go too far right. We do got a bunker over on the right side. Keep it right, better approach to the green. Hit it a little heavy, but it's on line. You're going to have good view from there. Okay, Paul's second shot measures 170, probably playing around 160. The wind's blowing right to left a little bit. Pin's at the back. So really what we're trying to do here is just go for the center of the green. Started right, moving a little bit to the left. Looks good, left side of the green.
Okay, here's Jeff on his second shot after a big drive, only 15 yards short of the green. It's an uphill chip. He's going to land the ball probably halfway to the hole. It's going to run right all the way up that hill. Nice shot. You can see the roll, how it's taking the roll. It's a great shot. It's in the hole. That's a 2. It's a great shot, Jeff.
Thank you. Paul's got about a 40-foot putt here. It's into the grain. It's going to be a little bit slower than you would think. The grain runs with the prevailing wind here on this green. 40 feet and might break a little bit from right to left. It's got it started out to the right. It's coming back in. Good effort. Good effort. This is hole number 5, par 3, and certainly one of the tougher par 3s on the golf course. The prevailing wind is always in your face here. The green slopes very heavily from back to front. Bunkers on the left and on the right. We've got a pretty good wind here today. Want to try and keep it up the right-hand side and bring it in with a little draw. Get it rolling off the green to the pin. Pin's at the back today. Paul, how are you going to play this one?
Off the whites today, it's 190 yards, but it's straight uphill and straight into that wind. So really the shot's probably playing more like about 215, 220. Okay. The green's a little more open on the right-hand side, so that's the side to favor. But like I said earlier, the prevailing wind's in your face now, so the holes are going to start getting a little bit tougher. We'll see what happens. Okay, here goes Jeff at number 5. He's hitting a 1-iron today because this is quite a long shot from all the way back here on the blues. Good line to start on. He's moving a little bit left. I'm going to catch the left-hand side of the green. Is up there on the level with the green. That's a good shot. Just chipping.
Yeah, it's not an easy shot here. Most people leave this shot a little bit short. If you're going to leave it short, you want to be on the right side. You don't want to be short left because it slopes down to the left. So the right side of the green is your target. He's got it right on line to the right side of the green. Let's see what's going to happen with it. Looks good. Just short right. Yeah, Paul's left with a fairly long chip shot uphill. The tendency is to leave this chip short. Let's see how he does with it. Lots of speed on it. Coming in there nice. He didn't leave it short. Here we are at the dreaded hole number 6. Slope rating of 1. This makes it the toughest hole in the golf course. Prevailing winds in your face. It's only 428 yards from the blues, but it plays a lot longer than that. The fairway slopes for long hitters, you're going to get into a fairway that slopes from right to left. To get a flat lie for your second shot and have a good approach to the green, you want to try and keep it up the right hand side. So that's what we're going to do here.
Okay, off the whites today, it's 404 yards. Okay, actually for most hitters who are going to play off the white tees, you might want to consider this hole a par 5 when you tee it up. Okay, the hole kind of has a lot of slope in the fairway here, so it's flat down here off your tee shot. Then you might want to aim it up a little bit up to the right hand side on your second shot, and then approach it with a short to medium shot on your third shot. Well, let's see what happens. Here's Jeff hitting his drive, straight into the wind. Takes 2 big shots to get there today. Nice swing. Starting a little bit right. Should find the right side of the fairway.
Okay, it's Paul's tee shot now on the 6th hole. He's going to just try and hit it straight down the center. You can expect it to kick from right to left. If it does, it should give him a pretty flat lie for his second shot. Started right, moving to the left a little bit. And it's looking like a good shot. Paul's got 275 for his second shot. Again, like you said from the tee, this is almost playing like a par 5 for the amateur. It's a blind shot. The clubhouse is actually a pretty good target. Keep it to the right, there's water on the left, and you've got a better approach to the green from the right side. Started right at the clubhouse, moving a little bit left, that should be just perfect. Nice shot, Paul.
Here's Jeff hitting his second at number 6. It measured about 175, but this is one of the longer shots. It plays actually more closer to 200 yards. It's uphill into the wind, the bunker left, so the shot is actually from right to left. And if you're going to miss right, you want to miss a little bit to the right. It's drifting a little bit left. I think that one might be catch the bunker.
Paul's got a 55-yard pitch shot here, and the pin is up at the front. He doesn't have a lot of green to work with. The wind's in your face, and that's going to help you out here. A high, soft shot is what we want to hit here. Get it to land soft, maybe about 2 or 3 feet onto the green. Looks good, right on line. Land soft. Good shot.
Jeff's approach shot did find the bunker. Okay, this bunker is actually one of the more friendly ones around because it actually helps you from going in the water. Okay, the sand here is pretty hard, so you don't need to hit it that hard. Very nice shot, just a little bit past the hole. 12, 15 feet. Good putt.
Okay, Paul's got about a 14-foot putt left here now, so the strategy worked out on this hole. He's putting for par, and worst case, a 5 here. That's really how you want to play this hole. It's a tough hole, plays into the wind. A 5's a good score. Just a little bit left. He doesn't have an easy 5. No problem. Good 5.
Here's Jeff trying to save his par from the bunker. 15 feet downhill. Fast putt. He didn't hit that very hard at all. It's a nice up, easy bogey. Scoot.
Hole number 7, a par 3 from the blues, 170 yards. This is a fairly small green that slopes pretty severely. The front part of it slopes down, and you'll often see a ball land on the green and roll back into the bunker. The bunkers are guarding the green on the left and the right. Regardless of where the pin is here, you really want to take a shot right through the middle of the bunkers and hit for the center of the green. Don't go after anything behind the bunkers or anything short. Oh.
Off the whites, 156 today. Okay, pretty straightforward hole. Again, as Jeff mentioned, you want to play the shot, it's pretty well all carry. So whatever club carries about 155 is pretty well the exact club you want to use. A little bit left is better, and a little bit long is better. Short and right. Okay. Also, you want to watch out the prevailing wind here, because a lot of times the tee is in a little bit of a shelter here, so you want to play the prevailing wind. Today it's going to come from left to right, so you want to make sure that you don't lose the ball off to the right. Here's Jeff on number 7. It's going to hit a 7-iron today. It's pretty calm. The little bit of wind that's there is going to come from the left. And like you said, he's going to try and shoot it right up that gap. 15, 20 feet left of the hole is probably the ideal line. Pretty good. The wind's going to have to blow it a little bit. Okay, just a little bit strong like we talked about, but that's on the back of the green. Nice shot.
Hey, Paul's shot from the white tees is 155 yards, all carry. It's really turned into a great day. The wind's died down a little bit. Nothing fancy here. The pin is tucked in behind the right-hand bunker, but to play a safe shot, you want to go right between the two bunkers. Start it right on line. Got to get going a little bit. That's a great shot.
Okay. When you find that you're playing a little bit slow, it's a good idea to let the group behind you to play up. They might be playing at a slightly faster pace. Okay.
Well, it's turned into a great day. The wind's died down a lot. We're going to have a great back nine.
It's one of the guys hitting up here.
Not a bad shot. Not an easy putt here. This putt's going to swing left to right about 6 feet. It's uphill as well, so Paul's got to play this one well to the left. Got it on the line. That's a great effort from down there. Good putt, Paul.
Well, one of the slopier greens, as you talked about, it slopes back a lot from back to front. So this putt's going to be pretty fast. It's about 40 feet. It's starting to break off to the right. Just a little bit past the hole. 6 feet straight up the hill, straight in the hole. Nice putt, Jeff.
Here we are now on hole number 8. Again, this is the slope rating index of 3. It's the second most difficult hole on the front 9. A lot of people have trouble with this hole. Of course, we've got the water on the right-hand side. And really, if we keep it up the right-hand side, as you can see, it doglegs into the right. You can cut a lot of yardage off by keeping it up the right-hand side, but then again, you've got the water up this way. So the long hitters, you're looking at trying to sit the ball somewhere up around this area here. Shorter hitters, well, Paul will deal with that, but basically we want to try and cut off a bit of distance by keeping more to the right-hand side, but keep out of that water.
Okay. Again, today off the whites, 363 yards. It's really got two common strategies, as Jeff kind of alluded to. Today we're going to play the more aggressive strategy because the wind is pretty light here today. Typically the wind is pretty strong right in your face, so you almost, again, as number 6, you want to play it as a 3-shot hole. Keep the first shot left, play the second shot up where Jeff was actually talking about hitting his tee shot, then hit your third shot to the green, and take your 4, take your 5, because as we mentioned earlier, it's one of the more difficult holes. So you want to play it fairly conservatively, except when you get a chance like today when the wind is actually fairly calm. So what we're going to try and do, I'm trying to probably hit about two 180-yard shots. We're going to keep it up the right-hand side, and then go from the green on the second one. Okay, here's Jeff teeing off number 8. Look at that stand of trees in the horizon. You're looking at pretty well the last tree on the right-hand side. Nice shot. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty well right at it. Going right center of the fairway. Nice shot, Jeff.
And Paul's just going to try and hit a shot right down, maybe just a little bit right at the center of the fairway. Try to cut off a little bit of distance for a second shot. Absolutely perfect. That's going to be. Paul's on the fringe here. Now the grass is cut fairly short on the fringe, so he's going to take a putter, putt this one. It's got about a 35-foot putt. It's going to break right to left. Got to get going. Got a little short on that one.
Here's Jeff after a nice approach shot, 20 feet right below the hole. Pretty well straight up the hill, and might move a little bit left. Nice putt, just a little short, a little left.
Here we are now in the final hole in the front nine. It's a par 5, only 474 yards. It's a real good birdie opportunity here. The ideal tee shot here, the fairway slopes quite heavily from right to left. You got 2 bunkers on the right hand side. A good line for your tee shot would be to take it at the left edge of this bunker here, and the fairway then feeds down to the left. If you can get it to land up around between these 2 bunkers here, let it come down in this way, you're going to be in great shape. Paul, how you going to play it?
Off the whites, 450. It's a pretty well straightforward par 5, as Jeff mentioned. Okay, we're going to play it as a 3-shot hole, though. We're going to hit it right up the middle. It's going to lay up probably to around 100 yards. Try and hit a wedge close, make a birdie the regular way. There goes Jeff. Standing on the tee here, you can really feel quite a breeze straight in your face. Going to play it the same way, though. Well hit, right center, probably mean left side of the fairway. Might be able to get home at 2 from there.
And Paul's going to try and put his tee shot about 20 to 30 yards left of the trap on the right. That'll put him in the center of the fairway. If he can hit it far enough too, he's going to be up on the top of the hill, have a view of the green. Start it down the middle, moving a little bit to the left. It's going to be in good shape. You can see the bunker on the right side of the green here guarding the pin. In order to open up the green a little bit, you want to keep this shot a little bit to the left side of the fairway. That'll prevent you from having to go over that bunker. Paul's about 280 away. He wants to hit this ball about 180 yards. Give himself a 100-yard approach shot. Going down the middle, moving, curving a little bit to the left. That's going to be perfect. That's a great spot to approach from.
Okay, here's Jeff hitting the second shot. It's about 215 uphill. It's a little bit of wind hurting him. Okay, you can see the fairway slope dramatically from right to left, so you want to start it fairly high up to the right and let it come back. So forward, you saw the line. The line looks good. Should be about pin high. Went around the right-hand side of the bunker, be chipping from the right edge of the green. Nice shot, Jeff.
Paul's got a shot of about 90 yards. It's playing into the wind and it's all carry. You're better off to be a little long here than short. Let's see how he does. This is looking good. All over it. Great shot, about 15 feet past the pin.
Okay, here it's Jeff hitting his 3rd to the 9th. You actually got to hit a bit of a flop shot here, so you take your loftiest club, hit as high as you can, land it as soft as you can, just on the edge of the green. It's a little bit strong, hit the hole. It's not bad though. He'll have a chance at his birdie. It's Jeff's birdie putt. One of the challenges of the golf course, you're going to find a lot of slopey, side hill, fast moving putts. Sometimes you got to hit these pretty soft to get to stop pretty close to the hole. It's a nice putt, a little bit short. Here's Jeff putting off a pair. You want to be careful on these ones. Again, there's still a fair amount of slope here. He's going to have to take a 5 here. 4 was likely, but had to settle for a 5. In it goes. Good finish.
Okay, Paul's got a birdie putt here now. He's got a shot at a birdie. Tough putt, very fast, downhill. It's going to break to the right. You don't want to be too aggressive here. You want to make sure you get your par. Look at that ball roll. Just took off. He just barely hit that.
Sloppy.
What do you think, Paul? They don't get much prettier than this. A $1 million view here. Of course, we're on the 10th hole, the Admirals Green golf course. We're going to do a little bit of a role reversal here. Paul's going to hit now from the pro tees, and I'm going to be the amateur on the back nine. Paul, what do you want to tell them about the pro tees?
Okay, today, off the back tees, it measures 215 yards. This is one of the most dramatic holes at Pippi Park, though. This one has a 135-foot vertical drop. So from a club selection point of view, it doesn't play anywhere near 215. Actually, as a matter of fact, today I'm going to hit an 8-iron. Okay, even though the wind's not really helping, you want to land a little bit short. Hopefully the ball will kick out of the green for you. Let's see what happens.
From the amateur tees, plays again, measures 188, doesn't play anywhere close to it at all. And I think it's looks probably like a 9-iron from there today. With the wind today blowing from right to left, Paul's target line is actually going to be the Confederation building. Okay, Paul, put it up in the Premier's office. Looks good. Started on lines, moving a little bit left, but it's going to hit that downslope and should kick back to the right. Kick down, just landed there, just short on the front of the green.
Here's Jeff hitting his tee shot on number 10. He's going to play probably about 140, 145 yards, even though it measures quite a bit longer than that. Prevailing winds from the right, so you aim out to the right. There it goes. This one looks like a nice shot. Right on line with the hole. Just landed a little short, and it ended up just right in front of the green. Good place to be.
That's unfortunate.
Now see where the tee shots ended up on the 10th hole. One of the things that's tricky about this hole is the fact that about the 10 to 20 feet right in front of the green is actually fairly flat and fairly soft. So a lot of times you can actually hit what is a nice looking golf shot and it'll stop right in front of the green. That's better than the other alternatives though. It's fairly straightforward, chip and putt. It's a nice chip. Well done. Okay, so here we are at the par 4 11th hole. You see by the stroke index, it's the toughest hole on the back nine. We got a little bit of a helping wind here today. So what we're going to find is that there's actually quite an undulating fairway here. So there's a flat, it'll be 220 to 260 out here. We find that the fairway is bottlenecks thereafter. So we're not going to hit driver on this hole, even though the hole plays 413. We're going to lay to the flat, probably have like a mid-iron into the green.
From the white tees, 400 yards. The fairway slopes fairly severely from left to right, and there's a big waste bunker down in this area here. Ideally what you need to do here is you want to play it up the left-hand side, let it kick down, and there's a flat area down in this area here. If you can reach there, it's an ideal spot to be. So you want to keep your tee shot to the left side. And normally you'd want to keep the tee shot a little bit left here, but we have a pretty good wind blowing from right to left, and that's going to help it keep it on line. So straight down the middle here, nice high soft shot's going to work out good. That's going right down the middle of the fairway. That's going to be perfect. Good job, Paul.
Here's Jeff on number 11. Like we said, we're going to reverse balls on the back nine. So he's going to try and hit this ball probably between 180 and 200 yards to give you an idea where the typical landing area is off the white tees. He's going to keep it a little bit left because the fairway slopes off to the right. Starting a little left. That'll be left center of the fairway. Nice shot. Number 11, one of the more dramatic greens on this golf course. The green slopes severely from left to right. Okay, so when you hit this shot into the green, you want to land a little bit short today because of the downwind component. And you want to land a little bit left, because that way when it kicks, it'll kick towards the hole rather than away from it. Ball's a little bit left, headed towards the trap. Okay. That's in the bunker.
Okay, Paul's got about 160 here now. He's going to, it's downhill with the wind at the back, so we're going to look at playing this probably about 140. Full 9-iron. Started off a little bit to the left of the pin, moving back in. It looks like a great shot. Land the pin high, rolled about 20 feet past the pin. Going to be in good shape.
Okay, here we are, the left-hand green side bunker on number 11. Okay, one thing you're going to find here at Admirals Green is that the sand is quite hard packed. So you want a sandwich actually with a little low bounce angle. Okay, and you don't take as aggressive swing as you would out of most conventional sand situations. Nice shot, and you can see the slope's going to release it. That's a good place to end up. Got a chance at his 4.
Paul's got a 25-foot putt here. Should move right to left, a little bit downhill, into the green. Might need to hit this putt a little bit harder than you think. Start up the right side, moving in. Good putt. Easy par.
Okay, here's Jeff trying to get up and down from the bunker. 10-12 foot putt, downhill, left to right. It's a good effort, it's going to break a little more than expected. This is at number 12 at Admirals Green. Okay. It's one of the holes that's actually more of a dramatic difference from the blues to the whites than a lot of others. It's 376 all the way from the back tees. Okay. And you got to find that it actually plays dramatically longer than that because the first shot is straight uphill and you hit into the prevailing wind again. So the shot here is actually to pretty well keep it a little bit left to center. Okay. And that's because the wind's going to blow a little bit back to the right. And you want to hit 2 solid shots to give yourself a chance of making a par here.
Paul mentioned there's a dramatic difference between the blues and the whites. It's got 71 yards in the difference here. From the white tees, it's a fairly straightforward shot. Straight up the middle. If you want to maybe keep it a little bit to the right, your approach to the green's a little friendlier from the right side than it is from the left. Other than that, fairly straightforward shot. And Paul wants to get his tee shot going up the left side here and let the wind, we got a little bit of a left-right wind here. Let the wind bring it back into the center of the fairway. Give it long enough to get it up on the flat. It goes up the left side, staying pretty straight. That's a good spot. Good lie there.
Okay, here's Jeff playing the conventional shot off the white tees on number 12 here. One advantage he's going to take of uses the fact that because 90% of amateurs actually hit the golf ball from left to right as right-handed golfers and otherwise fade the golf ball, what's a good idea quite often is actually to tee the golf ball up on the right-hand side of the tee blocks. What will happen then, the natural curvature of your shot will actually take the golf ball towards the middle of the fairway rather than towards trouble on the right-hand side. So setting up right, aiming a little bit left, the natural ball flight will hit a good shot. See, that starts left, the wind in the cut, drifting back towards the middle of the fairway. Nice shot. Here's Jeff on number 12. Second shot went onto the front right edge of the greens. Pin is back left, so that leaves about a 90-foot putt uphill into the wind, right to left. It's a good line. Very good line, just a little bit short.
And Paul hit a great approach shot about 10 feet from the pin. Very, very slippery putt here. It's going to want to move off to the left, fairly fast too. Probably going to have to play this about a foot outside the hole, outside right.
Okay, this is number 13. Off the back tee is 402. Okay, it looks like a pretty conventional looking dog leg. Looks like you hit it straight to the corner. Hit an approach to the green. You can't play it that way. Today though, with the prevailing wind pretty well helping you, we're going to see what we can cut off of this corner here and probably try and get the golf ball 40, 50 yards in front of the green. Okay, so we'll have a good opportunity at making a birdie here.
So the white's 357. You're on an elevated tee, and if you've got a wind at your back, you know, you might want to try and go over the corner here. Today I'm going to play more of a safe shot. Now I noticed something that's on the way now, Paul, is they're under construction here now. They're actually building a pond right in this area here. It's going to make this hole a little bit more difficult. So what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to lay it up in this area here. Give us about 150 yards to the green. Yeah, Paul's picking his line here now, and he's going to hit it probably about 70 yards in from the corner of the trees, going right over the corner there, straight shot over the corner. It's probably a carry of about 250 yards. Good wind at the back, shouldn't be a problem. He's got it on line. That's going to play nice.
Okay, here's Jeff hitting off the whites today. Prevailing wind's helping you a little bit. So to hit it straight down the fairway, if you look at the tractor in the distance, that's the line we're going to hit. Probably try to hit about 170 to 180 yards. The fairway's going to make a kick forward and to the right. Nice safe shot, conventionally played right at the tractor. See if we can pick up the landing right in the middle of the fairway. Great shot, Jeff. Okay, here we are in the middle of the 13th fairway. Just about to play his second shot here. If you look at the ball down the middle of the fairway, that's where I hit mine here today. What happens sometimes, playing a little more aggressive can work out pretty good here, so I have a much easier approach than Jeff will have. This conventional route leads him about 170 yards. It plays downhill, downwind, so you really only trying to hit the golf ball probably about 100, 135. The short is much better than long here if you look at the bunkering. Nice little shot, starting a little right. Wind's coming to bring it back a little bit. See if it stays out of the bunker for him. Just a little short, a little left, easy chip.
And Paul's got a shot here of about 50 yards, and it's not an easy shot. To try and land it on the green would be flirting with that bunker behind the green, so he's got a 9-iron here and he's going to try a little bump and run shot. You're going to see that ball probably hop 2 or 3 times before it gets to the green and roll up there nice and easy. This is looking good. Get on up there. Oh, it's a great shot. Birdie range. Sit down, ball. There we go.
Here's Jeff hitting the approach. Fast green, you just wanted to land it a couple of feet on the green. Land it nice and soft, it just release to the hole. Easy does it. Well done, Jeff. here we are, number 14. Okay. Pretty conventional looking hole. It's a dog leg that shapes off to the right. If you look at the stroke index, it's number 16, so it's one of the more friendlier holes you're going to find on the back nine here today. Prevailing wind actually is coming a little bit off our left shoulder here, so what we're going to find is that off the back tees, maybe about 250, 255 to carry these traps. We're going to try and see if we can get them over the traps, get here to get a nice approach shot to the green here.
The white tees 352. It's a fun hole for the big hitter, especially with this wind. The average golfer though is looking to lay the ball up just up on the left side. We've got these two traps over on the right side. For those of you that have a left-right ball flight, you want to make sure you play it right up on the left side and let it move in this way a little bit here. So this is our target right here, just to the left of that sand trap. And Paul's looking at hitting his tee shot here, right over the left edge of that first bunker, if you can see that there. He'll carry it over that way, it'll carry the second bunker and feed down towards the green. There it goes, right on line. Over the second bunker, a good kick down to the right. Should be in good shape.
Okay, here's Jeff hitting off the whites. There's a yellow stick in the horizon there. That's pretty well the ideal line to take on a day like today. Set up a straightforward second shot. It's a nice shot. Set a little bit left, the wind looks like the wind's going to blow back a little bit for him. Nice shot. Okay, here's Jeff, left-hand side of the fairway. That's about 150. The pin's a little short, so it's not quite playing that long. This hole typically plays downwind, so again, you want to land the golf ball probably a little short, let it kick onto the green. Looks like a nice shot. Looks like a very nice shot. And right on the front left, pin high, 12 feet from the hole.
90-yard shot left. Caught a little bit of a break there. Ball rolled through the bunker. He's got a good lie. 90 yards to the pin, flags at the front. Wind's a little bit right to left. I'm playing downwind, so you want to land a little bit short. Got a good line. Land about 10 yards short. Bouncing up onto the green. There's a great shot. And Paul's about 30 feet behind the pin, and we saw his approach shot landed about 10 yards short, and it still rolled all the way back there. That's the wind assisted that, hitting downwind. That got that ball scooting all the way to the back. He's got about a 30-foot putt there now. It's going to break right to left, downhill. Starts it out to the right. It's coming in. That's a good-looking putt. Good effort.
Okay, here's Jeff after a nice approach, about 12 feet. Bit of a downhill, bit of a side hill putt. Turn down. I just went right through the break. Here we are, number 15 at Pippi Park, par 4. Off the back tees, another dramatic difference from blue to white here is in this example. We got 75 yards again, so 366 off the back tee. Okay, it's kind of set back into the woods. It's a pretty attractive looking shot actually. Okay, there's a bottleneck out there, okay, which comes in around 210, 220. So if you're going to hit driver, you want to make sure you hit it nice and solid and hit it past the bottleneck. That way the fairway kind of opens up for you. It's a pretty straightforward hole after that because you look at the stroke index at 18. It's pretty straightforward. Jeff?
It's a fun hole for the big hitters. It's always fun to be able to get to a par 4 in one shot. 291 from the whites. The average hitter's probably going to get it up somewhere in this area here. Opens up a little bit to the right, so it favors anybody that's got a little bit of a fade. Pretty straightforward. It's not a difficult hole. Hit the ball right down the middle. If you can hit it long, go for the green. For those of you that don't get an opportunity to play the blues, as you can see from here, it's a nice looking shot. It's certainly a different hole from back here. It's a true par 4 from back here. Well, you got the wind blowing from right to left, so you're probably going to want to keep this a little bit to the right side of the center. I think the wind will bring it back in. Going up the right side. Lots of room over there. That bottleneck that we talked about, that's right where he's got the ball. Play nicely from there.
Okay, Here's Jeff hitting off the whites. Like I said, 291. Last downwind hole you're going to face today before you turn into the wind for the last 3 holes, so you want to take advantage of this one. Nice shot, starting right center, curling back a little bit. You're right in the middle of the fairway. Straightforward approach to the green from there. Well done.
Yeah, Paul's hit it long enough that he's past that bottleneck, and therefore it opens up a little bit, so there's no trouble here. He's just in the right-hand rough. The pin is at the back. There's another level up there. There's just 2-tier green. If you land that ball up top, it's not going to hold. So the shot here is to land it on the lower level and get it running up to the pin. Good shot.
Okay, here's Jeff, faces a similar shot, probably about 60 yards. Wants to try and approach it the same way. You see my golf ball didn't quite get all the way up the hump. Just land about 10-15 feet down, let it roll all the way up to the back shelf. Start a little bit to the right. It's going to get up there though, so that'll be pin high. That'll be a makeable putt.
Okay, we can see here now, Paul's got to pay the price for leaving that approach shot a little bit short. He's on the lower level. You can see he's got a fairly tough putt here. He's got to come up over the hill there, and that's going to want to make that ball go hard to the left. Got it coming up. Good effort.
Here's Jeff, 20 feet. He's up on the right level, so it's a pretty straightforward putt. Going to be a little bit downhill. Pretty hard to tell the break. It looks fairly straightforward. Might go a little bit to his right at the end. Go. Get up. Nice putt. Number 16 here. We turn actually back and we face into the prevailing wind here. Par 5, 531 off the back tees. Okay, straightforward shot. You see there's a fairly big gap here between these bunkers and these trees. You want to steer a little bit left here because the prevailing wind's going to make the golf ball tail off to the right. Okay, so actually you might want to pick one of these targets. These bunkers is actually one of your targets. You go from there.
White's playing 517. As you can see from here, the view from the tee box kind of gives you an indication that you might be able to go over the corner of the woods. But as you can see from the sign here, it's really not the case. The woods actually extends out along there, and to try to cut off any requires a very, very long shot. So the safe shot is to aim to the right side of that second bunker there. Keep it away from the trees. Yeah, Paul just wants to play the shot right at that second bunker. Maybe let it fade to the right a little bit. Right down the middle. Position A right there.
Here's Jeff in his tee shot. Look in the distance, there's the 2 bunkers. The right-hand bunker is pretty well the target here. It's pretty well straight at it. It's going to find the middle of the fairway. Probably 190 to 200 yards out. Well done. Here's Jeff in his second here now. Look up the fairway. There's a lot more room on the right-hand side than there is on the left-hand side. Okay. Maybe about 380 yards, 400 yards still left to go. Straight up the middle. It's going to stay in the middle too, because that wind's going to blow it back to the center. Well done. It's going to leave about 140 yards left.
As mentioned before, this hole's playing right into the wind. Paul's got about 280 into the wind. There's no chance to get home in 2 on this hole unless you've got a good wind at your back. There's a flat spot up there, probably about 230 yards. That'll give you a nice approach into the green. So Paul's going to try and hit it right up the tree line, see if he can get it onto the flat area. Started a little bit right. The wind's kind of keeping it out that way. That's a good spot though. He's going to be able to get home from there.
Here's Jeff now. His third shot on number 16. It's about 155 yards, but it's straight uphill and it's into that wind. One of the more challenging shots you're going to find on this golf course. Very elevated green. Tabletop, the ball doesn't really want to stop. Well, that's a nice looking shot. Right in the middle of the green. Great shot, Jeff.
Paul's third shot is 110 yards. Playing slightly into the wind. The wind's a little bit left to right. It's going to affect the shot a little bit. And as well as it's uphill. It's not an easy golf shot here. If you can get this within 25 feet of the pin, it's a good shot. It's looking good, it's on line. Got it on the right front corner of the green. It's a good shot. Paul's got a long birdie putt of about 60 feet here. The wind's blowing pretty heavily right now from right to left, and that's actually going to affect the putt a little bit. The break in the green is going to move the ball a little bit from right to left, and the wind's probably going to straighten it out, so it's going to end up being a fairly straight putt. He gets this within 5 feet. That's a good job. Keep coming, keep coming. That's not a bad effort from down there.
Okay, here's Jeff. This is his birdie putt actually on this tough 16th hole here today. 20 feet, but it looks pretty straight. A little bit uphill, into the wind, into the grain. Good time to be aggressive. So you get that nice wrap. It's exactly pin high. Straightforward 2-putt. Very nice 5 today. Tough golf hole. Number 17 at Pippi Park. Par 3, you can see it plays pretty well. Most of the shots pretty well all carry over water to a two-tiered green. Today the pin's in the front, so we're going to take a little bit off of that. The prevailing winds is as we expect, is straight across from left to right. Okay, it's going to be 166 yards off here. And again, there's a bunker to the left, so if anything, you want to shade the shot a little bit to the right.
It's basically the same shot from the whites, just playing a couple of clubs less. Put it over the water, put it close to the pin. Left with a very difficult birdie putt. It's downhill, very fast, breaks hard towards the water. This ball is going to move right to left, probably about 5 feet, so he's got to aim well outside the hole for this one. If it doesn't go in the hole, you look for this thing to finish with 5 feet past. There we go. There's nothing you can do to keep, if that ball doesn't go in the hole, that's where it's going to end up.
Here we are, final dramatic
Last
hole,
hole.
18th hole at Admirals Green. Nice hole to finish on, par 5. Okay. Today is playing straight into the wind, so it's not really a 2-shot hole at all. It's 536 off the back tees. Okay. You see the angle here, the wind's blowing pretty well across the hole in this direction here. So the natural shot's to hit it at these right-hand bunkers. Okay, let the wind knock it back to the middle of the fairway for you, then play your layup shot from there.
saying, 490 from the whites. For the average golfer, really, these two bunkers here aren't in play. This one here may be. Again, as Paul mentioned, the prevailing wind's coming across this way. If we aim our tee shot just to the edge, left edge of this bunker here, the wind should bring it back in the middle of the fairway. And this is where we want to end up, somewhere right down around there. And Paul's tee shot on the 18th, his target line is going to be the second bunker. There's two bunkers on the right, the second bunker out there. I'll play it out towards that bunker and let the wind bring it back into the center of the fairway. You know, start it right at the bunker, drawing into the middle of the fairway. That's going to be perfect.
Here's Jeff hitting the tee shot off the whites on the 18th hole. Look at the three bunkers in your field of vision. The right-hand one is the middle one is actually the preferred intended line. Come back to the left from there. Camera, all started at it, turn a little bit to the left. Come on the left-hand side of the fairway. Okay, Jeff. Okay, Jeff, here's Jeff's second shot on this par 5. It's a pretty well straightforward layup shot. You want to aim a little right of center. The wind's going to blow back a little bit left. 180 leads probably about 140. Nice shot. On the left-hand side of the fairway. From the left-hand side, it kind of opens up the green, so that's a good line to take.
Look at Paul's second shot here. What he's trying to do here is get it up to within probably about 100 yards of the green. There's a stake on the hill about halfway up, and that's pretty much his target line there. Remember, the wind is blowing right to left, and that's going to bring the ball to the left side of the fairway. So he wants to keep it to the right. It's a good line. It's drawn a little